Okay.
How do you think I got here last time?
Does anyone have anything that helps saving throws? Because I'm going to have to make concentration saves.
Fine.
Well, hold up. How hard is this Arcana check?
DC 15.
It's easy. I'm not worried about that.
Well, here's the thing. I can just make myself immune to fire again.
Do I think
But your
work?
Arcana is way lower than his.
Yeah, but we have 8 minutes, and it takes how many rounds?
It's gonna take takes a couple of. It's gonna take 3 subsequent rounds.
Yeah, it takes 3 rounds. I've got like 20 chances.
Do I think that immunity would prevent the damage rather than resistance?
Yes, it would. Yeah,
Okay.
immunity be fine.
So just give me guidance, and I've got this.
I can give you guidance from where I'm
And
at.
if I get 2 out of 3, Riot can give me Bardic Inspiration, and then I've totally got this.
Can you
Actually-
enhance intelligence on yourself?
Not and be.
Oh yeah, because you're concentrating on the
Yeah.
mystery.
Actually, I can't. I have to touch you in order to give you guidance.
Well,
And
that also means that if anything goes pear-shaped, I can re-wall this thing.
Okay.
I've got take what was that? 9 plus. This is 113.
All right, so Mahogany should take it first. Are you full up, Mahogany?
No.
Wait, aren't you the one standing in the circle?
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, he's before the 113. Yeah. So Mahogany, how much do you take out of that?
42.
Okay. How bad are you, Liberation?
pretty bad. I'm at 31 of 91.
Go ahead and take the rest of it.
Or so, I'm sorry, I'm at 15 of 91.
Yeah, take the rest of it.
So how much is left?
I had 113.
Okay, so
13 minus 42.
Mahogany, what is your Arcana bonus?
My Arcana bonus, that would be 0.
Okay, so here's what you need.
Don't understand why we're not having Nath do this.
We need to get 3 successes in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 3 in a row. Let's have Nath do this, please.
Okay, calm down for 1 second and let's hear what Brick has to say.
That's it. You need 3 successes in a row. If you get a failure, you got to start them over.
And how many minutes do I have?
You got 7 minutes.
So how many rounds is that?
A lot.
70.
Yeah, I think I got this, Nick.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, it's gonna be 70 individual chances. I'll keep track on my
Stand at the
spreadsheet.
edge of the circle. If you get 2 out of 3, I'll reach in, take the fire damage, and put a guidance on you.
Great, sounds awesome.
Yeah, if you get 2
Actually,
out of 3,
Liberation,
I'll
do
give
that,
you
'cause
a
I'm
bardic as
concentrating
well.
on the. I'm concentrating on the sphere. Liberation, you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you put up Investigate or Flame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can't stand
back. Before he starts making these checks, is this where everybody is actually standing? Kelian, you're alone over here. Reese and Riot are on this side of the circle. Everybody else is over here.
I'm gonna move here so that if this thing breaks, I have a little bit more space to work with.
Okay, well that's good because that puts you closer to the third one of these guys that I'm about to pull out of the lava right here. So when that happens, it'll be fun. All right, Mahogany,
good to know.
let's go. We're looking for DC 15.
I'm surprised I didn't get tremors by that guy then.
That's 1 failure.
All right, just give me a yes or a no.
No.
No, keep going.
Nope. Yes.
One.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
No.
Yes.
Hey.
One.
No.
No.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
2. So
you have a bardic inspiration.
now
And guys, how much damage am I taking?
I'm gonna roll it here just 1 second. This is the hottest fire you've ever felt in your life. This fire can burn things that can't be burned. 23 points of fire damage as you reach in and touch Mahogany.
This is Eldub's fire.
All right. So that was guidance. So that gives you what, an extra D4?
Yeah.
All right.
And I've got
Bardic
Bardic
Inspiration
Inspiration.
on top.
Okay.
Wait, roll the other ones.
Guidance.
That's so funny.
No, it's not. Not actually.
9.
Oh God, 9. Cool. 13.
13 doesn't do it. Starting it over.
All right, let's start this over.
I'm mentally counting,
Miss.
Burke. Let me know when there's a minute left.
I will.
Miss. Pass.
There's 1.
1,
Pass.
2.
Oh.
You get a bardic
Guidance.
inspiration.
Okay, so let me roll damage for Liberation again. 26 fire damage, Liberation, as you reach into the flames.
I can't do that again. Actually, I can do
There
that.
it is.
I don't even need it.
All right. So, the bubble of flame that's burning up in the center of this platform that's causing a lot of sweating, I'm imagining, immediately evaporates. And nobody's got Detect Magic up at the moment. But this creature seems racked with pain in the center of this bubble of force, grabbing its heads, writhing back and forth, and then it just slumps to the bottom, dead. And all of the lava in the area, you feel the heat very swiftly start to fade as the lava starts cooling and cracking in between these little islands.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't go with my original plan, which was to drop into the circle, put a wall of force around us, and then do it and ignore everything else.
That would have been terrible.
That would have been the worst thing. Okay, well, let's get the hell out of here then.
Please.
Yeah.
Destil, can you do me a quick favor and roll me some concentration checks so we can see how well that would have gone?
Sure.
So is the plan to get out of the gravity plane here the same?
Was that?
Oh, I'm sorry, no. The gravity plane disappears
11.
as soon as we're done here.
No, that's an automatic fail.
Oh,
You would have dropped the snake and we would have all been fucked.
Riot had a plan.
So once the lava begins to cool, the force of gravity here fades away, and you guys start floating up off of the platform.
Oh,
Okay.
helpful.
And
I
again,
guess-
you see the black island far in the distance.
Fall straight toward that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's group up. We need anything else before we go in there? Because who knows what's going to happen.
Do we
I-
need anything
I
from
could use
here?
I could use some healing.
That's the sort of thing I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
do
I'm
you
fine
want-
at this
yeah.
point.
I've got a few more of those if you want.
I've got some healing if you need it too.
Go ahead and figure out applying your healing. There's nothing bad going to happen to you. And I'm
How many
gonna,
auras do you have left, Riot?
2. So I'm using one right now.
I'm going to
okay.
run to the fridge and get a fizzy drink while you guys are applying all your healing. So go ahead and take 60 seconds. I'll be right back.
I mean,
60 seconds is how much time I need.
who has taken damage besides Liberation?
Riot
Riot
didn't
healed
get any
all
healing
mine.
from her last healing spell.
That's weird.
Did that die go in the bag?
I heard it go into a bag, and I don't know which one it was.
I think it was the.
No.
There we
There
go.
we go.
There you go.
it is.
Okay.
What kind of roll is that?
It's a 5, apparently.
One over here. All right, that's good. So this is 127. Riot is going to take. Looks like 46 of that.
Mahogany's good. I think Liberation's about 46.
I'm
So I
about
have-
60
I
points
have-
down.
I have 81 left. You want
81.
six- Yeah,
I'll take
you want take 60 of that for now.
Okay, actually, I mathed wrong. That's going to be
A million.
54. Puts me
You
up to
need-
full.
Oh, okay. So you take 54.
Yeah, 54 puts me up to full. So we got some left.
So we have 37 left.
Anyone need
And it-
more healing?
It sounded like Nath did.
No, I'm a full. I got healed up
Then-
when we thought I was going to be
Yeah.
standing in the circle.
Then
Helium?
I'll take some.
Hmm.
How much is left?
37.
I only need 23.
Okay.
Everyone's at full.
All right. Cool.
You,
Well, I guess Reese can take some. I think Reese is a little bit.
Yeah, Reese was really wounded.
She was
Reese
yeah,
has-
she was bloody. So what's the remainder that you give to Reese?
27.
27.
thanks, Riot.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. I might not say this often enough, but I appreciate your healing. I may be somewhat.
Man,
hurt
remember what at the
sometimes.
beginning of this campaign when that would have been a joke?
Well, I accidentally got Kelian in there somewhere.
That's all right.
Yeah, we're all leaving here anyway.
Yeah, we
So-
don't need this place.
Falling back towards the black island, and as you do, the sky again, the redness fades away, and you're falling through the the same wild blue. And again, you stop just outside of the gravity plane of the island. And there doesn't seem to be any visual change this time, but you do notice a physical change. Before, where the area around the island, just the air hanging there felt bitter cold, that sensation is gone now.
Is the monkey tail still pointing towards the tree? Oh, where on the island does it point, actually?
Just towards the center mass of the disc,
Okay.
so where the roots of the tree would be.
Center of the disc. Cool.
I'd imagine let's
do the same thing as before. Let's tie the rope to you, because I don't want us to think it's safe and then all go in and whoops, we're all mazed.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right.
Okay.
Instead,
aren't we
just he
technically
will be mazed.
already mazed?
I don't want us to get more mazed than we already are.
We came pre-mazed.
Liberation's the one going down to the island?
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
put
so you
my
tie
foot
the
down
rope
on
around
there.
him. And you don't feel any ill effects. The air no longer feels cold. The island, there's no longer a calcification effect trying to grow up over your feet.
I'll hop up and down a couple times.
No, there's no more ill effects on the island.
Okay. I'll give the others a thumbs up.
Wait, before he does that, can he leave? Can he come out?
Sure.
Okay.
If you ask him to do that, I'll climb back up the rope.
Yeah,
and
I
then...
would ask you to do that before we went.
Okay, then. And then, no, everything seems fine. Go back down the rope. Give him the thumbs up, as I intended to before.
Okay.
Reese, you want to lead the way? She's your friend.
Reese follows Liberation down to the island. I mean, she can slow fall. She's a monk.
Okay.
Oh, how far is the gravity well?
This one's much, much smaller than the other ones. It's only about a 30-foot
I'm not going to waste this spell, right? Just jumps in.
diameter across the disc. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can just kind of step into the well from this. It's only a 5 or 10 foot drop. They were
Okay.
using a
Oh,
rope
yeah,
to
yeah.
avoid touching down
Yep.
on the disc with their bare feet. So what's happening next? Now that we're
Nath's going in.
Yeah, Rod's going in. We're all.
Yeah, so why not?
I'm going to approach the figure under the tree.
okay, and as you do, you hear a young woman's voice in your head, and she says 2 things. So get your pen out.
Yeah.
First, it speaks. A wanderer was stymied by many locks, none of which had keyholes. I'll paste that into the Twitch chat. And then a moment later, it speaks again and said, a wanderer couldn't find the way inside.
Can you give us the old ones from last week?
Sure.
I got them all.
I've got them.
A wanderer collected many keys. A wanderer had seen enough darkness to seek places of light, but she was not illuminated.
I don't want to
A
type.
wanderer sought her fortune at sea, but wealth and plunder were not truths. A wanderer traced the roots of her infernal blood, but cruelty was not enlightening. And then the 2 we just heard.
And
Can
there
you
was
aim
the-
that to me then?
Yeah.
There was the very first one, when you guys first arrived at the island. A wanderer encountered many doors.
Thanks.
So as you guys are puzzling it out for the benefit of Twitch chat, I'm going to go back through them. But first, I'm going to it's not acceptable to have the lava table out anymore. So we'll go back to
Well, it's kind of acceptable.
we'll go back to this one.
I mean, if you're looking for a circular disc, it has like a tree in it.
Yeah.
So the 4 phrases that they learned each time they visited the Black Island, they got a wanderer encountered many doors, a wanderer collected many keys, a wanderer was stymied by many locks, none of which had keyholes, a wanderer couldn't find the way inside. They first visited the Thunderdome, where they heard a wanderer had seen enough darkness to know to seek places of light, but she was not illuminated. They then visited the shipwreck and heard a wanderer sought her fortune at sea, but wealth and plunder were not truths. And then down at the lava lake they heard a wanderer traced the roots of her infernal blood, but cruelty was not enlightening.
All right. So if we put these in order, I should be able to get the Ramu summon.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
I wonder if we should. Well, we should probably try talking to her first.
Yeah, let's crouch down, give her a gentle poke on the shoulder, say hello. Or Jade Bull, I presume.
And you poke her on the shoulder and you feel some pretty strong resistance. Like you imagine like an unconscious person slouched over forward. You tap them on the shoulder, they're going to fall backwards. But she doesn't. I mean, you feel considerable resistance when you go and tap her on the shoulder. But no, she's continuing to shiver here, and other than that, she's not moving.
It's got to be something about this tree, don't you think?
Think we can get her away from the tree?
I want to look at the tree.
Okay. The tree is growing up out of the center of what was a solid black obsidian disc, but now the disc has taken on green and earthy tones. It's still solid, and it's still kind of glassy to the touch. The tree itself has a regular bark texture now. The bark is very, very dark brown, and there are places where you touch it with your hands, you can feel the stickiness of sap seeping out from inside. The leaves of the tree are a very, very dark green color, and they're swaying slowly back and forth as though being rustled in a breeze.
Is there a breeze that we feel?
No, there's not. The only time you felt wind in this place was when you were falling quickly through the expanse or when the monkeys were attacking you.
Okay.
I can't speak with plants.
Okay, and let me look that up real quick. Sorry, bear with me just 1 second. What's your passive perception, Mahogany?
Well, it's pretty good. 18.
Okay. You extend your awareness out to speak with plants, expecting to feel this tree. Oh, actually, what level spell is that? I should ask before we go on.
Third.
Third?
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
it is a third.
Oh, and what level was you cast Investiture of Flame? That was...
Yeah. That's a 6th, I think?
Did you cast that twice?
Yes,
Okay.
totally.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'd love to. 1. 16.
Okay. Take 1 point of psychic damage.
Ow.
You have the same experience that Nath had earlier, as you're reaching out with your thoughts to pick up on like the mind of a plant to speak with. And you realize immediately after casting the spell that you're not reaching out through this disc like you expected. You're reaching out through the room where you're currently bolted into the machine while taken into an elephant. And you see the very similar thing in the room. You see the glass that Nath described with the blood streaked across it. And you snap back. You've got a splitting headache. But the tree in front of you, it has the form of a tree. It looks like a tree, but it's not actually a plant.
I have a quick question for you.
Sure.
Because this is something that a druid would have experience with.
Yeah.
How old does that bloodstain look?
Very fresh. It looks like a splatter of blood hit the center of this large glass sphere in the center of the room.
All right, so I talk to the others, and I say, well, first of all, this isn't a plant. And second of all, I'm not sure how much time we're spending here, because that blood still looks like it just happened.
Even though we took the rest and had the fight and came back?
And Mahogany nods.
I'm going to go ahead and cast True Seeing on myself then, and take a look at this plant.
Cast True Seeing on yourself?
Yep,
well, come
just a
on.
second.
What do you think's going to happen?
Ointment. I mean, before there was some sort of magical dead zone here, so...
That's true.
That's both of the True Seeing ointments I brought with me.
Okay. You cast the spell, and the form of what you guys have been calling Jade Bull vanishes from your eyes, and in its place you see a knot and tangle of tree roots poking up out of the center of the disc. So what you're seeing as Jade Bull and this tree are in fact one creature? ? You sense the spark of life somewhere in there, but it feels like it's, I mean, and you're expecting this, it feels like it's been imprisoned, which very clearly it has by the Lady of Pain.
So those roots you were talking about earlier were very, very literal.
Yes. But it's
She
not,
is the
it's
tree.
it's not until he puts up True Seeing that he sees that she is part of the roots.
All right.
What does the tree look like with True Seeing?
Pretty much the same as it did.
Okay. Do we think we have an order for those sayings? Can we recite them in the proper order?
Well, she has many keys. That has to become before keyholes because she's upset about the fact that she has keys, but there are no keyholes. The locks are probably on the doors. So the doors probably come first.
Yeah, I'd say the doors came first because that's the first message we heard. And the last message you heard was couldn't find the way inside, which is what we're doing right now.
Is Reese doing anything?
Reese is looking very intently at the figure of Jade Bull shivering there.
Okay.
But she's not saying anything. You can't tell whether or not she's paying attention to the conversation the rest of you guys are having.
Okay.
So we know that she sought her fortune, but what she was actually seeking was truth. And when True Seeing gave us some information, so maybe that's related? Oh.
So you think the Fortunate Sea is the first thing? Okay.
Sure.
What
Yeah.
about the Fiendish Heritage?
That seems like it would come before seeing darkness, you know? Cruelty was not enlightening comes before had seen enough darkness to know to see places of light.
Yeah, you're right. And infernal darkness. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
There are enough Tieflings on this rock to know what it's like to have infernal blood.
Right.
You have 3 now, counting Reese.
Yeah, we're half the party.
Yeah.
I feel like half of any good Planescape party ought to be Tieflings.
Oh, right. You're always half the party.
So I'm thinking that the last two are Wanderer collected many keys and Wanderer couldn't find a way inside. That's what I think.
I'm going to draw you guys a disc. There you go.
That's the worst.
Sorry. That's what you get.
What? What is what?
Just stand on that.
That's the tree.
It's got to go keys, then doors, then locks. Otherwise, that doesn't make any sense.
Wait, why? When you encounter
Because-
doors, then you collect keys.
Because she was stymied by the locks on the doors, and the only reason she'd be stymied by the locks on the doors is if she had already had the keys and was upset that there are no keyholes.
Yeah, so I'm thinking encounter doors, collected keys, stymied by locks. Couldn't
Where are
collect
the locks then if they're not on the doors? Because you would see the locks at the same time as the doors. That's why I think it goes keys, doors, locks.
To which Reese says, there are many locked things that are not doors.
Treasure chests.
Half of them are mimics.
Plunder, yeah. That makes sense.
It looks like Reese is trying to puzzle through the same thing you guys are. She's just not.
Yeah.
Do you think
engaging in
the locks could be what she's trying to find the truth about? In which case, the fortune at sea would come after being stymied by locks.
Riot is going to cast Detect Thoughts on the tree.
Okay.
Nice.
Give me 1 second here. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And what's your passive perception?
Very
22.
I'm sorry,
Very
20,
high.
22?
22.
Okay.
I failed that saving throw.
9
It's a
points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And you have the same experience that Nath and Mahogany had earlier. For a split second, your awareness, you're bolted down in the chair, but your vision is clearer than theirs. And in just the split second you're in that room, you see the Cypher scientists, the one that Reese entrusted, Karathe, laying dead on the floor in front of Kelian's chair. And it looks like he was killed very brutally, like just split in half from neck to waist. Probably by the saw that Nath described earlier.
Within some saw-like object.
But then, when your awareness snaps back here after a split second, you reach deep into the tree, and the surface thought, not really a thought so much as an emotion, and it's almost overwhelming, and it's just extreme anger.
Okay.
Do you want to push deeper than that?
I'll push deeper. Maybe I have to make another wisdom saving throw, but I'll push deeper.
She might be a tree, but she's still a monk, so she's proficient in wisdom save.
Yeah.
16?
Nope.
So where are you going with your detect thoughts?
Well, she can spend her tree points to roll that save.
Oh my god.
Go to jail, Nodal. Immediately go to jail.
We're there.
You're all locked in here with me.
So where are you going with your thoughts?
I'm looking for locks. I'm looking for mental locks. What is keeping you here?
You start pushing around. The first thing that you notice is, you've been inside people's minds before using this spell, and usually it's pretty straightforward. You just usually it's like layers, like an onion, if you think about it. You got the surface thoughts, then you go deep. This doesn't feel like it's layers. This feels like it's a tangle of noodles. It's incredibly mixed up and spun around on inside of itself. Make a intelligence arcana check. Make this at advantage.
Okay.
Because you've met and spoken with the oldest Barmy.
12.
And you don't know all the specifics about it. Like, you're not going to be able to navigate as easily, but you realize you realize actually two things. First of all, you realize this is just what happens to a mind that's been trapped in one of the lady's mazes for a long time. It starts just turning in and looping on itself. The second thing you realize is you've also used detect thoughts on creatures that have been insane before.
Yeah.
And it's just a wall of madness. That's not what this is. And as you start following this tangle of pasta in various directions, you start seeing failures. Failure after failure. You see her entire lifetime of adventuring and all of the times that she feels like she failed a companion or a loved one or her adopted daughter at one point or her captain. And you can see that as she got older and as she adventured more out into the plains, she dwelled on these failures more and more and more. So that's what you get on your second level of detect thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, let's go deeper.
Okay. What are the rest of you
yeah.
doing? As Riot's pushing
Alright.
deeper in.
I'm just
Staring
watching.
blankly.
Still
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to puzzle out this. Maybe there's some kind of order.
I
to
saw
that.
Riot cast a spell, right? Like,
Yes.
It's got verbal component. So I'm just watching if the tree reacts at all with True Sight.
I'm going to be generous, so you know exactly what spell Riot's cast. This isn't the first time Riot's cast Detect Thoughts. You watch the tree, and you still have True Sight up, yes?
Yeah, it lasts for an hour.
Okay. You watch the movement of the branches, and it no longer looks to your eyes as though they're moving in a breeze. It looks like they're moving, trying to move inward, as though they're limbs that are trying to apply pressure to your temple when you have a bad headache. Riot, where are you going from there?
So she's got to make that save again.
She are 14.
Oh,
Whatever you're getting, Riot, she's feeling it.
yeah. I'm looking now for success. Looking for successes.
For success,
Yeah.
I'm going to give 2 answers to this question.
Mhm.
First answer is you don't find any.
Mhm.
The second answer is, I mean, there's things that you see in her career and her life that you, Riot, would absolutely determine a success. Like she slaughtered a dragon. She saved this entire world from being overrun by fiends. She successfully explored Baba Yaga's dancing hut. You know, she brought meaning to a lot of lives over the years, including a very young Factal Reese. But nothing she did was enough. She didn't ever find that level of success that you're looking for. And you're beginning to realize this is what's trapping her here. These are the locks that the voice spoke of.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get anything else useful for that. That seems like the answer to our question, if not the solution to how to get Jade Bull out of here. So I'm just going to leave.
Okay. And Nath, as soon as Riot pulls out, the branches go back to the movement they were in. Reese then turns to you and asks what you saw.
Oh boy. Nothing good. First of all, Karathi's dead.
Well,
You got a view of the waking world or whatever?
Yeah, I saw it pretty clear.
Sounds like it's still at the same point in time, though, from your description.
Like,
It's
Did I
actually hard to say. The 3 of you saw the room at various places in
none
time,
of
but
us-
you each only got a glimpse, maybe just an instant, just a second.
Did I
We've
see
all
the
been there, am I
Mojang,
right?
or did I just see Karathi?
You saw Karathe.
Okay.
From where
Yeah,
you were
I-
positioned in the room, you weren't facing the
Right.
exit of the room.
It's hard to tell. I didn't see the Mojang you talked about. I just saw Karathi, and he was very dead.
All right.
Modron.
And then
For what
to
it's-
which Reese responds, "I meant, what did you see when
Right,
you looked
getting
into
to
the
that.
mind?"
It seems like the thing trapping her here is she thinks she's failed at everything. I looked to see like what are the locks that the riddle's talking about, and that's what I got. I couldn't find any successes that she considers to be actual worthwhile, you know?
To which
doesn't make any sense. Reese is right here.
Reese shakes her
Exactly.
head. She says during the time that she knew Jade Bull, she was a member of many of the factions of Sigil, one after the other, over a course of many years. And whatever faction she worked with thrived. She was an extremely powerful warrior. She had great wisdom. She had great empathy for people that she worked with. And she would not characterize Jade Bull's life as failure. She says,
Well, Jade Bull does.
Reese says, by example, Jade Bull taught me how to live. But by counter example, she taught me who to be.
Perhaps if you describe her successes, some of these locks, the locks keeping her here are lack of feeling of accomplishment or success, which are also not true. She just has odd standards.
I'm sure people have said that to her before.
Yes, but they also haven't been standing in front of a tree that represents or is part of her mind. Not sure.
Oh, you're saying it's magic shit.
Do you think she
Right.
can hear us? Can she hear us?
She could
saying
definitely tell that you were in her mind. She reacted to your spell. I can see it.
that's magic. I mean, you know, I communicate with someone with magic. They get communicated with.
Describe the greatest failure you saw. I'll watch the tree.
Oh man.
Speak to the tree.
It was either What were you at, Cedric?
The question was, what was her greatest failure?
Yeah.
And this is something that Reese will corroborate. Jade Bull was a follower of a particular monk philosophy. She was raised in a monastery of the Weaving Mother. And during her travels across the different worlds, she came to realize that a lot of monasteries across the plains had various aspects of the same philosophy. It was when she tried to bring this philosophy to Sigil And one of the aspects of it turned out to be the Lady of Pain, that she started to get a lot of violent pushback. So her being unable to establish the cults of the Weaving Mother successfully in Sigil after a lifetime of following its philosophy, and then eventually it leading to her demise, that would absolutely be her greatest failure, as far as what you read in the tree.
Yeah. I'll relate all that to Reese.
Hold on, I just got a message from...
Oh, it's not relevant right now.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's relevant after the session.
And Reese says that they reached a point where she and Jade Bull had a falling out for that exact reason. Because establishing any sort of opposition to the Lady of Pain was absolutely not kosher as far as being a member of the Transcendent Order. Reese
And go ahead. Sorry. As they're talking about this, does the tree react at all?
You're watching with True Sight?
Yep.
As Riot and Reese begin talking these deep truths about this person, you see the branches of the tree stop moving so much, as though it's listening.
I think she can hear you.
But Reese explains that there came a point in her life where she had to choose between her mentor and her faction. She chose her faction and would do so again. What's next?
I would think we just have to convince her somehow that she's not the failure she thinks she is.
I was going to say Reese should just rip her out of the tree.
Well, we can try that first, I guess.
But I mean, I got nothing.
Reese motions down to Kelian's sword.
This seems
Says,
like
"Feel
a
free."
metaphor, though.
You mean it's
Also-
magic?
Yeah, also, like, we're not gonna... we can't rip her out of the tree, because that, like, pointing to what looks like Jade, well, that's not even her, right?
No, it's a massive roots from the tree.
Right.
I was going along with the metaphor idea.
Ah,
Since I would argue Reese is probably her greatest success. So, but what do I know?
Argue it. See if she reacts.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Kelian goes up to the tree and Jade Bull and starts talking about Reese, who is standing right behind him. And
Now, why does Kelian consider Reese to be Jade Bull's success? I'm interested in Kelian's perspective on this.
she's a factal. She's the factal of a faction in arguably the most important city in the entire multiverse. She has incredible clout and incredible sway over the day-to-day dealings of that city. And she was a direct cause of that. Kelian respects few things, but he respects Sigil.
Make me a wisdom check. Not a saving throw, a check. I don't know if it's different for you or not, but...
That wasn't a roll. Like, what? There we go. No,
Cool.
I'm gonna lucky that.
Okay. That's what Lucky's for.
Role playing.
16.
16. So you give this impassioned speech about how, through Jade Bull's actions, Sigil is a richer place for having Factal Reese in her position. And after you're done speaking, for a moment nothing happens. But then you feel, more than anything, you feel kind of the rhythmic bass of two heartbeats emanating from the tree. Nobody else feels this, just Kelian.
Did it work? Mahogany looks over at Nath.
It maybe a little.
Oh, that's right,
There's-
Nath. You have True Seeing up, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, then you actually see kind of a pulsating motion in the center of the tree. But you don't feel the heartbeat. You just kind of see the tree vibrate for a few moments after Kelian's done speaking.
There's
Reacting, that did something.
beats.
All right, I got one. And Mahogany shifts his arms and then says, "But I'm really tired," and he casts Enhance Ability Wisdom on himself.
What level spell is that?
3.
3, okay.
And then he steps up to the tree and he says, "I think Reese is her greatest success. And I think it's because after learning all that she had to teach her and everything that Jade Bull had to say to her, when she finally had to make a choice between her faction and herself and her mentor, she chose her faction. She had managed to give someone a great deal of herself while also making them someone who thinks for themselves."
Okay, make that wisdom check.
"17.
17. And you feel that same rhythmic heartbeat several times in a row. And Nath, you see the vibration slightly stronger.
Nath nods.
Now, this
Mahogany
is a,
high fives Kelian and goes, "We got this metaphor shit down."
now, Liberation has an idea.
Okay.
It's not fluffing Reese, so it's probably not going to work.
I decided the whole adventure, so everybody had to say nice things about
It was genius!
Yeah, you like that? Go ahead, Liberation.
No, what I had to say is that, if you've seen all these failures and all these setbacks and stuff, the fact of the matter is that she didn't stop. She kept going. She's like, okay, that didn't work. We're going to try this again. We're going to try something else. We're going to do something different. We're going to figure out maybe what went wrong, and if we don't, who cares? Because we're still. The fact of the matter is that she's still doing something, and the way that I read that is that is so cipher. It is not even funny.
Make that wisdom check.
Uh, 7.
7.
Yeah.
And you don't feel anything happen, but all of you can see for miles around, you got this boundless blue sky. It's starting to darken slightly, as though moving towards twilight. Again, there's no sun in the sky. It's not going through like the yellows and oranges of dusk, but it's starting to darken into a nighttime sky.
Alright, Liberation, back up your shit at metaphors.
How much did Riot share when she probed through Jade Bull's mind? Just what we've heard so far?
If you want to know about, like I mentioned that I saw a bunch of successes. If you want to know about what I saw,
Yeah,
then ask
Nath will
me,
just-
I'll
yeah.
tell you.
Okay. I mean, Nath will take his turn, and he'll kind of step up to the massive tree roots, kind of look at it for a moment with his true sight, and then say,
I'm going to go ahead
My
and give
job
you
is-
an inspiration for this, by the way.
I think the wisdom check is just to see what's going on, but whatever.
If you're bad at wisdom, then, you can
I'm
just
fine
draw
at
some
wisdom.
fan art of Reese, and Brick will take that as a success.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. So what does Nath
My
say?
job is protecting people and places and things, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm extremely good at it, and I've never saved an entire plane from demons. Seems like a hell of accomplishment to me.
Okay, go ahead and make that wisdom check.
I believe that's a 15?
And again, you feel that the rhythmic heartbeat, and the sky continues to darken. And now you're noticing several of the leaves on the tree are turning brown and falling off and starting to pile up on the disc around you.
I guess Riot will go. Guess everyone else is gone, huh?
Just you and Reese.
Yeah. Riot steps up and... What is Riot's approach here? I'm trying to think of, like... Riot will focus on mostly what Jade Bull did, what you saw Jade Bull do on Trennis.
Mm-hmm.
Because Riot's belief is blah, blah, blah. Must have that power stripped from them. and Riot will talk about all of the people, or I think she's going to frame it in terms of how she freed that plane. You know, that it was locked and you unlocked it. You, along with your friends, who are all still alive, by the way.
Well,
and that's more than I've ever done. I've freed a few slaves here. I've, I do my part, but I've never done anything like that.
Okay, and at this point, all of your sensation, all of your sight, your hearing, everything is starting to become very fuzzy. It's like somebody is slowly turning the dimmer on the entire plane as it darkens around you. The leaves continue to fall from the branches.
We're doing something, definitely.
Yeah, we're all. I'm going to look expectantly at Reese at this point.
I think we're all looking at Reese.
Reese has carefully considered everything that you said, and then she steps forward, kneels down in front of in the mass of tree roots that's taken the form of this kneeling woman, and she simply says, "These people seek to save your captain." And everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
All right, I
Nodal,
wasn't expecting that.
You called it, Nodal.
Yeah, everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
There we go. There's my monk initiative.
as the tree grows a giant face and gets out of the ground.
Fight next, death, everybody.
All right, so we've got what? Okay, so
Man, I rolled better at disadvantage than I did when I rolled normally.
All right, Riot.
7.
7.
we rolled a great fiesta party, you guys.
Kelian.
Who's wearing the flame ring? I can heal you.
20.
20.
I think that's me.
Liberation.
23.
Nath.
23.
It's a good number.
And Mahogany.
15.
Riot down there in the something sandwich while everyone else gets to go first.
Okay. There's gonna be a lot of description before we actually get to the order here. You all, Nath, Mahogany, and Riot. The three of you are not surprised. Everybody else is. Because you've had a glimpse of the room in Elysium since you've been here. Everybody else is so disoriented as they start coming out of the stasis of this machine that it's effectively a surprise. Which I know Liberation, you can end that on your turn, and so can Reese.
That was Elsie Clone.
Oh, okay. Oh, was it a psionic thing?
That was a psionic thing, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I guess Reese can't do that though. Okay.
Well, she is a fractal.
I need Mahogany, Riot, and Liberation to mark some stuff down on their sheet.
Oh,
Okay.
this is
Right.
real
like
bad.
that.
You're going to mark 3 cantrips and a first level spell.
Okay.
Liberation, mark 2 cantrips. Mahogany, mark 2 level 2s, 2 level 3s, and 2 level 6s. This represents divine magic that you cast without any connection to your deity. And that's all the information I'm giving you about that.
So what do you mean by mark it, then? What does that mean?
Just put it somewhere
write
on your
somewhere
character
down.
sheet. Preferably
just write
somewhere
it.
close to like your spell sheet, so you know. Now, inside the room, those of you who can kind of look around. First of all, you're all still bolted to the machine. You've all still got the needle in your arm. You're all still restrained by the straps, and nobody is yet free to release you from it. Everybody can see and hear the large, probably 8 foot tall or so Modron standing by the door. This thing looks like it's been through hell and back.